Hello everyone, my name is Jan and today I will be going over what was probably and hopefully the second format you learned in school, and that is APA. It is normally just used for when you are writing papers that are for psychology or sociology courses, but sometimes a teacher or professor may ask for this format to reduce the amount of fluff there is in a paper and to get you to break up the topics with headers. This lesson has a study guide that I would normally give students when I worked as a training instructor, and I have made some extra material such as an example paper and a checklist to run through as you write your own APA format papers. After this lesson, I'm hoping that you'll be able to know the generic formatting structure of APA, know how to properly do an in-text citation for APA, and know how to properly do a works cited with the correct information for an APA paper. Now, let me bring up the study guide and we can go through it together. Just like with MLA, you have what I like to call the universal formatting. These aspects of the paper are going to remain throughout the paper, no matter if it is the header, the title, body, or works cited. And if you've watched the previous lesson, then you've already heard of these aspects. 12-point font, double spaced, and 1-inch margins. Now, there are also a few things special about APA papers as well. The first being that you need a title page. The title page needs your paper title, your name, the due date, your teacher or professor, and the class all centered on the first page. Next is that you need to have a running header in your paper. This is the title of your paper that you have shown on each of your pages. I personally like to make it a light gray because I think it looks nice, but you can leave it as a default text color if you want. For your abstract, conclusion, and every subtopic that you write about in your paper, you're also going to have to put a subheading. For this, you just write either abstract, conclusion, or the subtopic, center it, and then bold it. With this, you don't really need to worry about segueing as much or giving as lengthy an introduction as you would in MLA. You can jump right into the details because the subheading lets the reader know what you are talking about. Imagine I walk into a restaurant that has the word taco in it, like Don Juan's Tacos. I'm not going to be surprised if there are a bunch of taco options because the word tacos is in the name of the restaurant. I'm not going to walk in and be like, oh boy, I can't wait to get some pizza. Now, like the majority of papers in these fields, you're probably going to do a bunch of research on psychology or sociology, or maybe any type of human thinking mind topic. You can be quoting your research, summarizing what they said, or paraphrasing the information in your own words. Either way, you need to cite that information that you are borrowing. So, in order to cite properly in APA and give the credit where it's due, APA, like MLA, uses parenthetical citations. Parenthetical, like I've said in the previous lesson, is just another word for putting your citations in parentheses. But these citations have more information in them than MLA citations. For APA, you need to have the author's last name, comma, the year the work was published, comma, and the page you got it from if it has page numbers. If there are no page numbers, then you can just forget that part. Now, the page where you list all of your sources that you are borrowing from is the very last page. The title of this page is References, and each source you list here is going to be alphabetical, done with a hanging indent, and is going to be formatted with the last name of the author, comma, first name, and then in parentheses, the year the work was published. In italics, you're going to have the title of the book or article, followed by a period. Next, you will have the publisher in regular font, followed by a period. And finally, if it is a website, the URL. If it was a book, they need to put the place it was published, such as city, comma, country, or state. From what I've seen, journals tend to be less common than books or websites, especially if you're comparing lower level college courses to upper level college courses. However, the only thing different about them is the fact that you need to include the journal information. So after you have the journal title, you're going to put a comma, followed by the volume number and the issue number in parentheses, comma, and ending with the range of pages from the journal you are using. If there is a URL, add it to the end. Well everyone, that is it for the lecture for this lesson. I hope these little tricks that I have found helpful over the years are helpful to you as well. If you'd like to see the study guide, the example paper, a checklist with all the things to look for when using APA format, or even a virtual tutoring session, just go to my Patreon. If you enjoy the laid-back approach or if you want me to try another way of presenting information, let me know in the comments below. Best of luck and take care everyone.
Sounds dry.